Okay. Are you recording already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The recording has started.
Are you sure?
There is a red dot at the upper left side of the screen.
Okay. Okay, great. Then I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share the whole screen. So are you now watching my green screen?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Okay. So what I placed here is the Edison. We have to start, not yet.
Okay.
That's a last minute change.
Okay.
I have here the shortcut to Edison, and I have two more folders here. This is where I'm preparing the tutorial, and we can move this here. And I prepare, before starting, I prepare the teaching materials. I'm going to use as an example, okay? So this is how I prepare it. I have like several topics here. I have the Catalonia conflict here. It's a political science topic. I have globalization. I have miscellanea. I have social innovation, okay? And in the case of globalization, that is the example that I'm going to use, I have two folders inside, which are the materials, the teaching materials I'm going to use, and also a folder called decoration. I call it that way, and I'm going to you will see why. And in materials, I prepared a PDF, which is a paper. I also have a PowerPoint, and I have the welcome image that I'm going to use and the goodbye image. Okay, so these are the materials that I will drag and drop to Edison when I start with the example. Also, I did a script of the lesson, which works very well for me. Okay, and this is how I prepare it. I mean, this has nothing to do with Edison, but things that are useful for me to use Edison. And I have, these are the materials that we just seen. The image, the welcome image. Then these are the slides. This is the text that I'm going to say when I prepare this class. Okay, and also here, this is the paper and this is the goodbye. Okay, this is something, as I said, that works great for me. If you want to make any question at any point, okay, please just do it. Okay, and so let's start by opening Edison. There is also a quick start that Benja, we also work with this, but for now we are going to start directly from Edison. Okay, so this is Edison that you might know how it looks like. Okay, and to begin with, when the program opens, you have these two tabs here. If once you finish your first project, the project will appear here. Okay, now we have nothing because the system is empty because we have not prepared any project yet. So we are going to prepare one. You have by default these slides, these templates. And I think this one is the most useful because it's a classroom, but you have here like enterprise presentation. I think the good thing is to have like several classroom templates here in the future so you can choose, okay? You choose classroom and then you have three possibilities here that you have to choose depending on the template. Because we are going to be with the teacher sitting on this table here, we are going to choose actor on table, okay? Actor on podium, or standing is if you are going to use any of these. You see a stand, and here it will be the actor. The actor are we, the teachers, okay? So we are going to double click on actor on table. The system is loading this thing. Okay, so this is our classroom. Okay, we have, first of all, we have some options here in the menu. We have the view areas, and with all these options, we have the modes, and we have the slides control. In this first course, as it is an introduction, we are not going to see every option. We are just going to see those that we need to use to get our first project prepared. Okay, so here we have the work area. It's a 3D classroom where we have this. In this specific template, we have this map here, we have the flags, we have the green board, and this is where our image is going to be located. Probably when you open Edison in the Edison desktop, your image already is going to be shown here. But because I've used first the Teams camera, now I have to tell the system to take the camera from Teams to here, okay? But in any case, we have here what we call the column right, where we are going to place the teaching materials here, to drag and drop it here. And then here we have the camera presets, okay? In this template, we already have these camera presets, and in future lessons, we will learn how to decide our what our camera presets we want it to be. But for now, we have it here, which means that if I come here, the camera is going to move to get a closer shot. And if I want to say, thank you for your attention, see you next day, for example, I can go like farther or extreme long shot. Okay, you can play with this while you are in the classroom, and it depends on how quickly you want it to move. You can play with the speed you have here. For example,
yeah, this value, sorry, this value represents 4 seconds. So right now it's doing the animation in 0, the value seconds.
41 seconds, like this. So it's usually it's like in 6, no?
Yeah, and the thing, if you double click on the number value, you can type it with the number keyboard.
Okay, 6. Okay, so let's come here again to have a closer shot. Okay, so before we move on, we are going to tell the system to put our image here, okay? So we have the, no, I was trying to remember the name of this llave inglesa in English. Is it wrench? I think it's wrench. This is the one, it's wrench.
It's a tool, yes, the tool button.
Yeah. So it opens here another column in which we are going to work with configuration and these 3 first tabs: X points, actors, and inputs. X points is related to the whole thing and all the components that include. Then actors is the teacher, and inputs are the signal that is going to be shown here. So we are going to start by input. In input, we have to say in the first place, remember that maybe you don't have to do this in case the camera, once you open Edison, takes your image. But if you use Team in the same computer, maybe you will need to do this. So you come to video here and you choose webcam and then video device. And in my case, I have this webcam, the Logitech Brio. So I choose it. So
You have to stop the camera in Teams.
Yeah.
okay, I have to stop the camera in Teams like this.
Sorry for interrupt. The students, could you see the text of the interface, right, or not? Because if not, we can change the size. You see the text of. Okay, okay.
A ver, sí, está quitada.
Vale, pues vete al Edison y dale un reset. Baja, 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 ahí. Lo que sube, ahí.
Can you see me now at the table?
Okay, now I get the green screen.
Okay. Okay. So now we set the system that we want to be there. Okay, actor in the table, and as you see, my image is not completely clear because this was a square, and you still can see part of the square here. Okay, so also in input, because this have to do with the video that it's entering here, you have to go to chroma key, and then from chroma key, you will find this close, chroma key, sorry, layer, matte, and then you have these two, threshold and softness to play with, okay? This is my square, and when I move this, I have to find, I can, if I need it, I can get a closer shot, so you can play with this. If you go like this, you see the borders. Okay, so you decide depending on the light.
May I interrupt for a second?
Yes.
I think this might be important information for Andrea, as we also might want to use Teams, Microsoft Teams as a kind of interface in the future. I do see Elena now with a lot of delay, so I hear her first speaking, and then I see her lips moving.
And I think it's the same for the rest of you.
Yeah, it's the same
Same for me.
Yeah,
everyone.
correct.
But I think that this is something related with the conferencing system. We can try to improve, but it's not depending of us. This is Microsoft Teams, and this is one of the features that we want to try to improve in Tubicon. We have to test things because depends also on the connection that you have, the connection of Elena. There are many connections involved, and Teams always try to synchronize everything. So maybe in the future, we will, is one point that we have to explore in this project. If the conferencing systems are the current conferencing system have enough or too much latency on the content distribution is one point that we have to explore, to understand. This is for live, of course. If you record things, it will be avoided. But yeah, is a point that is not under our control. So it's something that is about the conferencing system. It's that.
And another thing is, I see the square of where Elena is sitting in is rather small.
No,
So if she moves with her hands a little bit, her hands are no longer visible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the next, let's see this part that you are saying now, Renate. Once we decide that the shape is okay and everything, I mean, this is a very closer look. Okay, you can also help with this here.
No, I understand the point of Renate, because if you want to use your hands wider and to indicate things and so on, your hands are cut by the by the limit of the camera and or the green screen, sorry, the limits of the green screen. So we will check it together when I will go to install the Edison desk. If we need, or if you want to have a wider view on the presenter, we can try to arrange it.
Yeah, so this is something to play with. It's possible to change it and even cut or make wider things. Yeah.
In this case, we are going to use now
Thanks, Renata.
crop. Okay, and this way we can move to make it wider. This is my bottle of water that I'm going to place it here, but I can open like this wide. Okay, because this, as I am in the Edison desk, this is the size of the chroma. Okay, if you're sitting, or I guess if you're behind, you still have the green cloth in the wall that you use now in the lab, then all this part will also be part of the chroma, so you can make it wider. Okay, so now I could to this size because it's the size of my chroma here and here. Okay, and if I need it, I can also put in this way or in this way in case I need it. Okay, so we have now this, and we are going to move on to, okay, we have actors, we need, okay, how do we know if the size is feels natural? If the size of our bodies in the scenario is correct. We have this here in modes, we have the silhouette here that we can press, and you get this white drawing, and you decide if, I mean, in this case, it's almost correct my size. So in size, I can make it a little bigger if I want by moving, sorry. Para no funciona el ratón.
Sí, porque ahí estás en doble clic. Está fuera, clic fuera. Y ahora.
Just one click, sorry. I wasn't double click, yeah. So I can move my size smaller or bigger. I think this size would be correct, more or less. Okay. And also, if I need to move my position, try not to. You don't double click, just one click. I mean, if you already know the situation, you can double click directly and put the number there. But if you want to do it with the mouse, okay, this is closer. This is a bit farther. So I'm going to come back to the center of the table. Sorry, this is not the mouse that I have at my home, so it's a bit difficult for me, but I did it. Okay, so we can take this silhouette, and we are almost ready to start. We can take this column out, and now we need to drag and drop our materials here. So we have them here, and we are going to start with globalization topic, for example, and I prepare a welcome image that I will put here the first, and then I have my PowerPoint here. It opens, and sorry, you probably won't have this. It's a problem of the license. that we have to reactivate it. So you see, the system is converting the PowerPoint into a video. So if your PowerPoint had animations, then the animations will appear with the slide, but you cannot control it. You're going to see it now. Okay, and then we have the PowerPoint, and I also want to use the paper at the end. And it converts the PDF in all these separate pages. Okay, the PDF is 31 pages, so you have them all here. And I also had this last image, which is also a PowerPoint, so it's also converting it, exporting as a video. Okay, so I have my materials here. Okay, I have my materials here. So if I want to start moving the slides from one side to the other, I just have to click on them. Okay, or I have my, how do you say teclado? I forgot my keyboard, sorry. I have the keyboard here, but I don't think I need it because in the Edison desktop, you have also here to move the slides, okay? So I can move it like this. Okay, this is in my PowerPoint, this slide had a GIF, so it makes the movement. Okay, this is also a GIF. This is also, and this, for example, is an animation that I put in the slide. Okay, and this one also. Okay, so the animation is still on the slide, but it just works on its own. You don't have to activate it. And in this case, I want to talk about this paper, but I don't want to go one by one in this specific case, because maybe I just want to focus on some of the pages. So, for example, the first page, and then I will take all of these pages out. Okay, and also the rest of the pages, and I will just pick two of them. Okay, so I have now, and the last slide, which is the goodbye. Okay, then apart from moving the slides from one side to the other, you can also take the slides out. Okay, and you have in this template, you have like this movement of the slide, but you can learn how to get different movements and even to get the slide like, sorry, like in I was looking for this one. No, this is a long shot. This is okay. You can even learn how to put the slide instead of just moving this, which is like perfect for the frontal shot, but you can also learn how to bring it totally to the front. Okay, we will see it. We'll see it later. So we have also you can. We are not going to see in this session, so I'm not. You have some assets here that you can change. For example, the table. You can change some things here, but as we are not going to see it in this first lesson, I'm not going to open. So we have the camera presets. Okay, now this is something that I think it's interesting to help you prepare the class. That is to show the prompter area. Okay. When you click here, to the prompter area, it automatically opens in the slide prompter an area in which you can put the text that you would like to read when you have the first, for example, the welcome slide. That's why I prepare the script. Okay, I prepare this script because in this first slide, I would like to say this. The size, because I have a very big screen and you will also have it, I can read it, and because I wear glasses, I can read it from here also, okay? But you have the option of making these fonts bigger, okay? Let's see, 20, okay, like here. But you also have another option, which is to have the text here, okay? And let me here, okay? It enables the teleprompter. So you have the welcome, okay? And welcome back to the subject, dynamics of change in advanced societies. I am your teacher, and in that moment you can just move the slide or whatever, and you can read it from here, okay? So you decide if you prefer to read it here or to put it there. It depends, in my experience, it depends on the type of slides that you use. If you are going to put the slide in this size or to leave it there, okay? You can have your own experience and then you decide. But for me, this is quite useful. Okay, and I think more or less, okay. You in this template, in this specific template, you can also change some. You can add like some decoration. You can change this here. In this case, you can change the flags and you can change this panel here. That's why I put the. I'm trying to speak slow to help you with the delay. I don't think if it works. I don't know if it works. So
no,
that's
but
why
it's not always. It's sometimes. Sometimes there is delay, sometimes not. So no worry about that, Elena. Really,
okay.
no problem.
Okay, thank you, Andrea. So I already choose, because I'm going to talk about globalization. I'm going to change this poster here. Okay, so let me remember with the help of Borja, sorry, Benja. It was, okay, here in next points, we have the scene components. We can change, slide things from the floor. For example, depending on the image that you have decided to put here, maybe you would like to change the reflection or backgrounds. We are not going to move this part, but here you can change. Background L is this window over here. Background right is this window over here. And then you have the map. This is specific for this template. You have the map here, and then you have the flags. Okay, so you decide, for example, if you want to put here a picture of the campus, as if you were in a real class in your campus, you can put it here. And in my case, I would like to change this map only, okay? Because globalization, the default flags that we have here are okay with my topic. When I did the class about Catalonia, I changed these two flags for the Spanish and the Catalan flags, okay? So let's change just this globalization. You drag and drop it here. Okay, and you see that it changes. If I decided to change this, I just have to take. Okay, I have the independence flag and also the Spanish flag that if I want. And it takes the shape of a flag, okay? Because this is just I mean, I think I can open here. This is just a square, but it takes the shape of the flag. Okay, so now I have my classroom with those decorations I decide. Okay, and let's see. We have more options here. Reversible video overlay. Okay, we can also draw. If we want to draw in on the scene, we are not drawing, but why are not we drawing?
Borra o con el lápiz. Ahí arriba, el de arriba, ¿qué es? Ah,
This is to delay. Yeah, it worked. This morning it worked.
Maybe we should get out the slide.
Maybe you should get
Out the slide from the shirt. And then draw. No, it's looking for a point instead of.
yeah. Still, well, believe me that you can draw here. We were drawing this morning.
Yeah, maybe here, which options you have there? No, it's correct.
It's correct.
Yeah.
If I take all this out from here, if I delete this from here,
No, I think just select another slide and then try to draw.
yeah. Why? For some reason, we were not able to draw in the first, with the first, now we can draw. Look at this. Now we can draw. Also with the first one. So we don't know things that happen. Okay, so you can also draw on the blackboard and you can change the colors here and you can point out. If you make this, it automatically makes an arrow. If you just this, okay. And also, if you double click, you could move them. Okay, the things that you I think I turn Edison crazy because it disappears. Shall I open it again? Okay, are you still there, students?
Yes.
We're all here. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So and this is one of the reasons why it's so important to save your work before finishing. So let's open it again. A turntable. So let's save it in the first place. Okay, save as. project. Edison course overview version 1. Okay. So we have, I'm afraid we have to do this, but this time I'm going to make it clear. So here am I again. I think it's correct. And then I crop because I still see, you see this here. This is okay, like this. And I don't need to put any other thing. X points. Okay, when we first open the materials, we just have the materials that I selected, but we didn't have, I don't know if you remember, we didn't have these 3 folders, okay? Because these 3 folders are the one that the system creates to put my materials, but converted to be seen here, okay? So in the case of this PowerPoint, we have globalization here. Okay, and these are the materials, so I can just drag and drop them directly. So this time there's no need to convert. And then I have the goodbye also because it was also a PowerPoint, even though it was just one slide. And then we have this, but remember that I decided to use just a few, for example, this and this, okay? Oh, it's okay. And we change this here. And there was just the welcome one that it doesn't need to be converted. So the system didn't create a folder for that one. Okay, so sorry because there is the order. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So if we have our script, because we've been practicing, and in the script, okay, in this script, what I also do is, I mean, in my experience, it's not good to change the camera presets too much, because in a short video, having like 2, 3 changes, it's enough. So in the prompter, I put the text and I also indicate as a guide, camera preset 6. I put the number because in the Edison desk, you can also have here the camera presets with the numbers. Okay, so after I say this, then camera preset, this one. And then also here, after a few slides, I decide to have a frontal shot. Okay, and in the last, almost in the last one, I want to say goodbye in a close-up shot. So at the end of this one, I press 5 and I say, that's all. Thank you very much for your attention and see you next day. Okay, so the next step will be to record the session. No? Am I missing anything from what we've seen?
No, well, it depends. If you want to show how to put the image on full screen or something like that, but I think it's good.
Yeah. Well, let's Yeah, but the good thing is that they have that already selected. Oh.
Yeah, though
No.
you will modify the selected one, but you can do the full selection.
Well, let's do it because we have time. If there are no questions, we have time. So we have. Okay, we are going to see, because remember that when you move this slide, it gets very close to here, and we are going to learn how to put it in full screen. We are going to try with the first one, and if the result is okay with us, then we will copy it to all the slides. So we come to welcome, and then in configuration, we go to slide select out transformation. Okay, we select it, and we have different models, and I like full, which means that it's going to come to the full screen. Okay, so it's full. But we also need to move these numbers here. Okay, at this stage of the system, we have to do it manually. So I know the numbers that I must put here, and in the tutorial I will tell you the numbers. You don't have to move this here, and then you have to have all these 6 in 0, but this that will be 0.5. You double click so you can change them. 0.5, and you move with the tab selector. Okay, so this should work.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Of course, you can play with these numbers that you will have in the tutorial, so you don't have to remind them. You can play with these numbers and see if you don't want the slide to be placed here, but you want it to move to the window, for example, and be shown instead of the window and then back or whatever. You can play, but I think this is the most clear way. So because we like the way it's done, now we select all the slides, and even though we see the numbers here, we have to introduce them again. So double click here and 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.5 and 0. And it should work. Let's see. Benja says yes.
Yeah.
Sorry. Cannot complete. Okay, sorry. I double click, but I was not expecting to do it. Okay, so let's move. Let's move with this. Okay, so I'm not going to copy the whole script in the prompter, but you know we can do it. So good morning, my name is Elena Yorca, and I am going to be your teacher in this Master in Social Innovation, the University of Alicante, and blah, blah, blah. And in this first video, we are going to talk about globalization. Globalization is a very extensive, very complicated term to describe whatever. Okay, so now I am moving from one slide to the other. And remember that the movement, the animations are still on the slides. Okay. So that's the way to move it. And I think we can record now. Okay. So.
You mean stop the recording, yeah?
Sorry?
You're showing the recording. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I got
How?
it now.
Yeah, if we already practice, we put the images that we want here, we change it, the flags, and we can do it just in a moment, in a scene components, backgrounds, customize the scene. Okay, we have the decoration, we have, this is like a reminder, we have the globalization that we can, I mean, put it in the map. You can see it here. We can put these flags here, even though it's not on the topic, but just for you to see it.
And can I ask you a question? Is it possible to double click on the flag to change it? And would it open the menu?
Let me see. I always do it like this way. I know there are several ways because this system, it's prepared for the audiovisual sector and for technical people as Benja that he knows. And I know there are millions of options to do things, but I always say, if there are two options, just show me one, okay? So, but let's see.
Well, this is the faster and easier way. It's dragging from any window explorer to the slot of the object that you want, or the item that you want to modify, and that's it. It's a basic drag and drop, and that's it.
Yeah, and if I double click on the flag,
no, because they are maybe they are blocked or something like that, because you have the options on the customize scene option
Okay.
area.
okay, so by now you do not double click.
Okay.
I didn't know so. Okay, so if any other question? No? So if I want to record the class, I mean, you know that there are some requirements that you need to have in advance before starting to use Edison, but you are going to have the Edison desk, also your lab already prepared. So I didn't stop on those requirements that you need to have. For example, the OBS plugin to be able to record. Okay, so the OBS is already installed here. You also need to have the PowerPoint plugin, the Word or the PDF, all those plugins that you are going to have prepared in the systems that you are going to use. Okay. Also in the tutorial, there is like a first paragraph saying all the things that you need, but you are going to have it already installed. So to start recording, I just have to come here. And the first thing, it shows a warning, sorry. Please check that OBS has been successfully launched before proceeding to record, okay? The moment I say, okay, it starts recording. So, as you've seen, automatically the OBS was launched and I see my image here. I see what I am going to record here. So, and if you don't have it, you have to look for it in the display out. Okay, so how can I take it? You?
Yep. Do you want to remove?
Yeah, just to remove. No need. You have to see your image here, okay? Because it's going to record the display out. So the moment, let me keep this open. Well, the moment I say, okay, you see recording. So now that we have this press here, we are recording this class. And if you want to know the time you have to open the window of OBS. Okay, at this moment you will not see here in Edison the seconds that of recording, but here. Okay, so you do not close it, but just minimize.
May
And
I
this is,
ask you a question?
yes,
If you open this window, I see all the text is in Spanish. Will the text for us be in English?
Yes, of course, Renate. No
Okay.
worry for that.
Okay.
No problem, Isa. No.
I didn't notice, Renate. I didn't notice. Yeah, it will be in English in your
In
case.
English, in English.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I
it
also
all
have a
depends
question.
in the system language.
If
On
the
how
interface of
language-
Windows, if the interface of Windows is configured in Dutch, maybe if Dutch is available, will be in Dutch. But if not, in English, no problem.
Yeah.
It depends on OBS, no? The system.
Yeah, the system and which language do you choose when installing OBS.
Okay, so
Elena, I also have a question.
Mhm.
If you look in the OBS software, there appears to be on the right these stripes. Is this in the image that is being recorded, or?
I don't know why this is here, because in the test that I did, I didn't have this, but we are going to see it. Okay. I stopped the recording, and if I want to go for the video, let's see. Okay, we have to go in the system where the videos are automatically stored. Okay.
Take into
So-
account, Corey, that it depends of the resolution of the image. Okay, so OBS is a third-party tool, and there is some setting to check to record the contents. So we will check in the laptop later if how OBS is trying to record the output of Edison in the laptop. Okay, and we will adjust to just the area of the output, and that's it.
Okay.
In this case, this is my PC. Okay, so where the videos are stored by default are here. These are different tests that I've been doing, and this is the video that we just recorded. So we are going to open it to see if we have these stripes here, okay? Because it's the first time that I see it. I say, okay, you see recording. So now that we have this press here, we are recording this class. Okay, if you want to know the time. Okay, so no stripes.
Okay, great.
Okay, and some of the things, for example, with the slides, you might prefer to see the snapshots bigger. Okay, so you see which come next, better than just having that. This is the order: first, second, third, fourth. Okay, this way. Sorry. Okay, and that's it. That's it. I think that we've seen all the features that we needed. I mean, it was expected that I record like this first lesson. These were the trials that I was doing yesterday, as you see here. So you can see first the result, and then we learn how to do it. But we've gone directly to see how we do it, and hopefully you can have the whole material on these days, okay? Because I have the script already. Okay, this is the display out. I already have the script of the tutorial, so you're going to have all the material. I mean, maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. Okay.
Maybe I want to go too fast, but I have my first self-study session already this afternoon at 1 in the lab. So is the material already available? Can I get started there?
This material that I've shown, I'm going to put it now in the link that Kate gave me yesterday. And from this moment until the moment that you start, I'm going to like finish the script.
Okay.
If I also have the time to add the screenshots, because it makes it much easier, then you will have it totally ready. But otherwise, you will have the script and I will be here.
Okay. And another question, but maybe that's also not due now already, but if I want to change the whole background, so you are now sitting in a classroom, but for example, I want to record something where students have class on the workplace. For example, they are doing an internship in a factory. And I want to give a lecture about motivation and the executive functions, and that students of that age are coming in late. So in the background, you want to see that the student comes in late. So I want a dynamic background. I want a kind of video as background. Is that also possible? And do I have to record my own video then first and go there with my cell phone, record, make a kind of scenario that a student walks in and those kind of things? Or
yes, if you want to use, correct me if I'm wrong, Becca, if you want to use your own video, then you record the video and you will have to put it in the same place as the templates, because now we've chosen the classroom template. Okay, maybe if we can go back to the, well, let's save this one. Okay, let's save this one.
I cannot see anything anymore. I don't know if it's me, but I just see a black screen, Elena.
I think that's you, Corey. I can still see everything.
Oh, no, I can't.
Yes.
I can't see it either.
Yeah, maybe there's a problem with your computer.
No, it's not me because Sam and Nico also cannot see anything, right?
With me, it's the same as was. So it's like 50-50 apparently.
I
Yeah.
can still see everything.
But I don't know the reason, because I haven't changed anything. So I don't know the reason. Like three of them.
With the Teams, which screen are you sharing?
The whole screen. I say the whole screen, but let me see.
Maybe, Elena, you can stop sharing and then reshare, and
Yeah,
then maybe it
Because
resets
maybe
for
no, because we start to recording with OBS.
But I can see properly, I think. I don't know
Yeah.
if Renate is seeing
I can also
fine.
still
fine.
see everything.
Lian is fine, no?
Yeah, okay.
Lian, yes. Kate?
Okay.
Yeah, I can see everything well.
And then again.
Okay, now I'm not sharing my screen. Okay,
Mhm.
and I'm going to share it again. The whole screen.
About the question of
Yes.
Renate, I think that the best way to proceed when you get yourself practice session is use your own material for presentation to try
Okay.
to get the first virtual presentation of something of your interest or that will be helpful in the future to improve or to try to present using Edison. Because using the materials from Elena is just an example, and I think that the best way is try to use your own material, your own PowerPoints, your own PDF or videos or something like that to try to get the first presentation in Edison.
And there, I just want to, do a little add-on. So because you will start using Edison laptop, it's kind of blank. If you log in with your account, you have access to Teams and email. So it's helpful to be using that Surf Drive folder. So there'll be one folder with course materials where you can find everything that Elena leaves there. But there's also another folder with your own name where you can put anything you want from your laptop and then have it accessible once you're practicing with the Edison laptop.
Take also into account that when you log in the laptop of the studio, you will be able also to access your resources of the university, because there is a data storage that I think maybe is personal for every professor or something like that. So there is many ways to get the teaching materials in the laptop. One is the folder that Kate prepared in the Surf cloud, and then there is the classic way you use in your day-by-day activity in the university. I don't know if but there are the server already linked to the server in the laptop, so of the whole. So I think that maybe you can get your teaching material from there also. So
just so I understand, I log into the laptop with my own credentials?
No.
Yeah.
No. Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. You have to use your own credential of the university, and I think that, for example, the documents is not a local folder. Is a folder from the server of the university. So if your profile is linked to that documents folder in the server, you will have the same documents in every laptop of the university. Okay.
You mean the Surf drive?
No.
You need to log in through the Surf drive anyway. I mean, the way university system works is that you still need to log in again. Even if you're logged in with your profile, you still need to log into the cloud storage.
Okay. There is no cloud storage for your documents or for no?
It's like, yeah, there's several, like, it's super protected because it's a research drive. So yeah, it works maybe, yeah, slightly differently.
Okay, but we will check it together in the laptop. I mean, there is many way to get the teaching material there. So I think that there will be no problem for that.
To me, it's not really clear what we are expected to do during the self-study. So what are some tasks that we could be doing? What goals should we achieve during the self-study so that we can move on to the next group session, so to say? So what would be the purpose of that exactly, so we know what to do during that hour?
I think that the way to proceed is that you try to reproduce by your own what Elena has explained today. So start in Edison, get your image in the virtual environment. First, select the templates, start Edison with that template, get your image in the virtual environment, adjust the green screen. I think the steps that Elena made today during the course, you have to try to get the same points that Elena explained today. We will try for the session of the afternoon to have a document with the steps, and I will try also to get the video that we have recorded now during the class and split in different steps to provide a guide of the course and the same for the same self-practice session. You have to try to use Edison and get your first presentation there. Okay. Yeah. Setting up the system, get your slides in the column of the slides, adjust the things to carry out the presentation with Edison.
And if I can say something also, we, apart from this practice time slot that all of you have individually, we also have the follow-up sessions next week. But as I think I would be able to be here in most of your practice, for example, today, those of you who have the practice, I can be here, okay? Maybe after the hour of practice of Renate, she is able to do it completely, and then she decides that she doesn't need a follow-up session. Okay, because I was not expected at the beginning to be with you in your practice time, but in the follow-up session. Okay, so really the goal is that you are able to create a video of a pre-recorded lesson with the basic elements that we've just seen today. Okay, so Renate, if I am with you and at the end of your practice time, you say everything is clear for me, then we can still have a follow-up session, but like no new information is going to be provided on the follow-up session because we still have on the 6th of February, the second part of the course, where we will go one step further.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
in the
think
future.
this afternoon I will try to reproduce everything you did with your learning material. And then in the next session, if I'm successful today,
No pressure.
probably I even don't know how to turn on that laptop, as I'm normally working on a MacBook. So I'm not familiar with any other kind of laptop already. But then probably in the next session, I will try to find a work way around with my own learning material.
Yes, that's
Okay,
great.
it's also a good way to start, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other questions? Any other thing that you want to?
Liane, you are available this afternoon in real life in the lab?
Yes, I will be
You
in the lab, but I mean, this is also my first session for like the software things, so I
Okay.
can only like help out if, for example, yeah, like a microphone or something is not working.
Yeah, and you also know where to find the turn on button of the laptop.
Yes.
Yeah.
And also, there's a little bit of background. Indeed, we set everything up, all the hardware pieces with Liane already. So she really knows everything, which camera is called what. There will be a notice there so that you can turn on the right camera. But also, maybe it's a good idea that Liane gives a little introduction. I will also be online, and that we have like first 10 minutes with both Liane and me to check that everything is fine. And then you can hopefully proceed on your own, because we have 3 sessions planned for today.
Okay. Yeah.
And as introduced, as commented at the start, I am available always if you need. I think I have the access by TeamViewer to the computer, and I will now, when we finish, try to fix some things that are not working, because there are some plugins that is getting some error during the installation. So yeah, I will try to solve this issue after this session, okay, with the help of Corey, or maybe with the help of Liane, sorry, or maybe some IT guy from your university, because it's strange. And the plugins normally do not get some error installing, and I installed these plugins a lot of times, and in this laptop we are experiencing some issue with that. So, but I will try to get it solved before the start of the self-practice session this afternoon.
So I will stop the
yeah,
recording now, yeah?
about that, yes, you can stop the recording, yeah. So we can see if we can get someone from IT in there, but